Hello, I want to talk about your exhaustion. That deep, persistent feeling of being tired that a good night's sleep just doesn't seem to fix. You wake up feeling drained. You push through the day with caffeine, and you collapse at night. It's a frustrating cycle that millions of people are currently trapped inside. We've all been told the same thing. Just get more sleep. But I am here to tell you that the real reason you're tired is not your sleep. While sleep is incredibly important, it is only one piece of a much larger puzzle. The true source of your fatigue is hidden deep inside your brain's complex wiring. So let's explore what science tells us about this profound exhaustion. We will go beyond the surface and uncover the real reasons why your energy has completely vanished. First, you must understand that your brain is an energy-hungry organ. It weighs only about 3 pounds, but it consumes 20% of your body's total energy supply. When you are resting or doing nothing, your brain is not off. It is wildly active, running a program we call the default mode network, which uses enormous power. This network is responsible for mind-wandering, thinking about the past, and worrying about the future. It's your brain's idle mode, and it is constantly running in the background. If you are always stressed or anxious, this network runs in overdrive. It burns through your brain's energy reserves, leaving you feeling mentally and physically drained before you start. So, your baseline level of mental activity, the constant chatter in your head, is a significant and often overlooked source of your daily fatigue. It is truly exhausting. Now, let's talk about what happens when you do sleep. It's not just about resting your muscles. It is about cleaning your brain, a critical janitorial process. During deep sleep, your brain activates something called the glymphatic system. Think of it as a microscopic cleaning crew that power washes the brain, clearing out toxic waste. This system clears out metabolic byproducts that build up during the day. One of these is beta-amyloid, a protein linked to cognitive decline when it accumulates over time. But here is the crucial part. This cleaning system only works effectively during the deepest stages of your sleep. Light, fragmented sleep just won't cut it at all. You can have 8 hours of restless sleep and wake up with a dirty brain. The waste is still there, leading to brain fog, slow thinking, and fatigue. This is why quality of sleep matters far more than just the quantity. Your brain needs that deep, restorative sleep to complete its vital nightly cleaning cycle. Let's move to the biggest energy thief of all, chronic stress. In our modern world, our ancient stress response system is being constantly and relentlessly activated every day. Your brain can't tell the difference between a tiger and a stressful work email. It reacts the same way by activating the HPA axis, your central stress response system. This system floods your body with hormones, most notably cortisol. In the short term, cortisol is useful. It gives you a burst of energy to handle a threat. But when stress is chronic day after day, your cortisol levels remain high. Your body is stuck in a permanent state of high alert, which is incredibly draining. Think of it like keeping your car's engine revving in the red all day long. Eventually, the engine just wears out. That is what happens to your body. This chronically elevated cortisol disrupts the natural sleep-wake cycle. It makes it harder to fall asleep at night and harder to wake up feeling refreshed in the morning. It effectively flattens your natural energy curve, leaving you in a state of gray, monotonous exhaustion, with no real peaks of high energy or deep rest. Your brain and adrenal glands become desensitized. They struggle to produce the right hormones at the right times, leading to a feeling of complete and utter burnout. So the relentless, low-grade stress of modern life is a primary reason you feel tired. It's a silent drain on your system that sleep alone cannot possibly repair. This chronic stress leads to another hidden problem: low-grade neuroinflammation. Your brain is literally becoming inflamed, and this is a major cause of fatigue and fogginess. When your brain detects this inflammation, it triggers what we call sickness behavior. It intentionally makes you feel tired, withdrawn, and unmotivated to conserve precious energy. This is a survival mechanism. When you are sick, your body needs to rest to heal. Your brain creates the feeling of fatigue to force you to do that. With chronic stress, your brain thinks it is perpetually sick. It keeps sending these powerful "be tired now" signals, even when there's no actual virus to fight. So you feel sluggish and unwell for no apparent reason. It's not in your head. It's a real physiological response, orchestrated by your inflamed brain to protect itself. Now let's travel down to your second brain, your gut. The connection between your gut health and your brain energy is one of the most exciting fields in neuroscience. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, your microbiome. This ecosystem communicates directly with your brain through a massive nerve pathway called the vagus nerve. An unhealthy gut, filled with the wrong kinds of bacteria due to poor diet or stress, produces inflammatory signals. These signals travel straight up to your brain. This further fuels the neuroinflammation we just talked about. It's a vicious cycle. Stress harms your gut, and your harmed gut then signals more stress to your brain. Your gut microbiome also helps produce neurotransmitters like serotonin, which is crucial for mood and well-being. An imbalanced gut can lead to an imbalanced mind and low energy. So if you feel tired and moody, the answer might not be in your head, but rather in the health of the vast microbial ecosystem living inside you. Let's discuss another form of exhaustion: decision fatigue. Your brain's prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus and decision-making, has a limited daily energy budget. Every single decision you make, from what to wear to how to respond to an email, uses up a little bit of this finite resource. The choices add up. In our world, we are bombarded with choices. We make hundreds more decisions per day than our ancestors ever did. This constantly drains our prefrontal cortex of its power. When its energy is depleted, you experience decision fatigue. You start making poor choices, feel overwhelmed, and your willpower completely vanishes. This mental exhaustion feels deeply physical. This is why simplifying your life and reducing the number of daily decisions you must make can be one of the most effective ways to conserve your mental energy. Another related brain drainer is the myth of multitasking. As a neuroscientist, I can tell you definitively, multitasking does not exist. Your brain cannot focus on two things simultaneously. Instead, what you are actually doing is called task switching. Your brain is rapidly and frantically switching its attention back and forth between different tasks, which is highly inefficient. This rapid switching process costs a significant amount of cognitive energy. It burns through glucose in your prefrontal cortex much faster than single tasking, leading to quicker burnout. It also increases the production of stress hormones like cortisol, further contributing to the cycle of fatigue we have been discussing. It is a recipe for mental exhaustion. So, when you think you are being productive by juggling 5 things at once, you are actually just making your brain work much harder and making yourself more tired. The world around us also drains our energy through constant sensory input. The bright screens, the loud noises, the endless notifications. It's a sensory onslaught for our brains. Your brain has to process every single sight and sound. When it is never given a break from this deluge of information, it becomes overwhelmed and fatigued. This is why you can feel completely exhausted after a day of sitting at a computer, even if you haven't moved physically. Your brain has been running a marathon. The real reason you're tired is a combination of all these factors. It is an overactive default mode network, poor glymphatic cleaning, and chronic HPA axis activation. It's the neuroinflammation, the unhealthy gut-brain signaling, the decision fatigue from too many choices, and the cognitive drain from constant task switching and sensory overload. It is everything. You are tired because your brain is overburdened, undercleaned, and stuck in a state of perpetual threat. It is a modern problem that requires a modern solution. So, what can we do? The answer isn't just sleep more. The answer is to give your brain the specific kinds of rest and support it truly needs. We need to learn how to actively manage our brain's energy. This starts with calming your overactive default mode network through practices like mindfulness and meditation. Even 5 to 10 minutes of focusing on your breath can quiet the mental chatter, reduce worry, and conserve an incredible amount of your daily brain energy. Next, prioritize sleep quality to support your brain's cleaning crew. Create a cool, dark, and quiet environment. Avoid screens an hour before bed, as blue light disrupts melatonin. This helps ensure you get enough deep sleep, the specific stage required for the glymphatic system to effectively clear out all of that damaging metabolic waste. To combat chronic stress, you must learn to actively de-stress. This means intentionally activating your parasympathetic nervous system, also known as your rest and digest system. Practices like deep breathing, spending time in nature, or gentle yoga can signal to your HPA axis that the threat is over, allowing cortisol levels to finally drop. Getting just 20 minutes of sunlight in the morning, especially in your eyes, is also crucial. It helps set your body's master clock, your circadian rhythm, for the day. This simple act regulates your cortisol and melatonin production, promoting alertness during the day and sleepiness at night, which is the natural rhythm your body craves. To fight neuroinflammation, focus on an anti-inflammatory diet. This means eating more whole foods, healthy fats like omega-3 south, and plenty of colorful fruits and vegetables. These foods provide the antioxidants and nutrients your brain needs to protect itself from damage and calm the inflammatory signaling that is making you feel so chronically tired. And don't forget your gut. Support your second brain with fiber-rich foods and probiotics. A healthy gut microbiome is essential for a healthy, high-energy brain. You can also directly soothe your gut-brain axis by stimulating your vagus nerve. Simple things like humming, gargling, or cold water splashes on your face can help. To combat decision fatigue, simplify your world. Automate small, repeatable decisions. For example, eat the same healthy breakfast every day or lay out your clothes the night before. Create routines. This offloads the cognitive burden from your prefrontal cortex, freeing up its limited energy for the more important decisions and tasks that truly matter to you. Embrace the power of single tasking. Put your phone away, close unnecessary tabs, and dedicate your full attention to one thing at a time for a set period. You will find that you get more done in less time, and you will end the day feeling far less mentally drained and more accomplished and in control. Finally, schedule regular sensory rest. Give your brain a break from the constant input. Sit in a quiet room, close your eyes, or take a walk without headphones. Let your brain just be. This allows it to process information, consolidate memories, and recharge its batteries, rather than constantly taking in new data from the outside world. We also need different kinds of rest beyond just sleep. Creative rest involves appreciating beauty, whether it's art or nature, to awaken wonder and inspiration inside you. Social rest means spending time with people who uplift and energize you, and limiting contact with those who drain your precious emotional and mental reserves. Set boundaries. True rest is not about absence of activity, but about the presence of restoration. It is about actively doing the things that recharge your brain's specific energy systems. Your fatigue is a signal. It's a message from your brain that its fundamental needs are not being met. It is not a character flaw or a sign of laziness. It is a biological cry for help, a sign that your internal systems are out of balance and require your conscious attention and your deliberate, compassionate care. By understanding these neuroscience-based reasons for your fatigue, you can stop blaming yourself and start taking effective action. You can finally address the true root causes. You can become an active manager of your own brain. You can learn its language, understand its needs, and provide it with the environment it needs to thrive. This is not a quick fix. It is a new way of living, one that works with your biology instead of constantly fighting against it in a losing battle. Start small. Pick one thing from this discussion. Maybe it's a 5-minute morning walk for sunlight, or perhaps it's putting your phone away during your meals. These small, consistent actions create powerful ripple effects. They begin to recalibrate your brain's chemistry and restore the natural rhythms that have been so deeply disrupted. Over time, you will notice the brain fog lifting. Your focus will sharpen. That feeling of deep, weary exhaustion will begin to be replaced by a newfound vitality. You will have more energy for your work, for your family, and most importantly, for yourself. You will feel more present and engaged in your own life. This journey begins with the understanding that the problem is not a simple lack of sleep, but a complex dysregulation of your brain and your body's systems. Your brain is the most powerful tool you will ever possess. But like any high-performance tool, it requires the right kind of maintenance, care, and fuel to function. The constant feeling of being tired is the smoke alarm, warning you that there is a fire inside. It is time to stop ignoring the alarm. It is time to address the source of the fire, the chronic stress, the inflammation, and the constant overload that defines so much of our daily modern existence. You have the power to change this. The science is clear, and the path forward, while requiring effort, is straightforward and accessible to every single one of us. By shifting your focus from simply counting hours of sleep to actively managing your brain's energy, you can fundamentally transform how you feel every single day. Give your brain the rest it truly needs. Nurture it with the right food, calm it with stillness, and protect it from the ceaseless overload of modern life. Remember that your energy is your most precious resource. It is the currency with which you experience your life, and it is worth protecting above all else. The next time you feel that profound wave of exhaustion wash over you, don't just think, "I need more sleep." Stop and ask yourself a better question. Ask, what does my brain truly need from me right now? Does it need a break from sensory input? Does it need better fuel? Does it need safety? This shift in perspective is the first and most important step on the path to reclaiming your energy and putting an end to the cycle of chronic fatigue. It is about moving from a passive state of enduring your exhaustion to an active state of creating and cultivating your own unique and vibrant energy. You are not destined to be tired forever. Your biology is not your destiny, especially when you understand how to work with it in a truly cooperative way. So, take this knowledge and apply it. See your fatigue not as a weakness, but as a wise teacher, guiding you back to a more balanced way of living. The real reason you're tired is a call to action. It's an invitation from your brain to come back into alignment with your own fundamental biological needs. When you answer that call, you will find that the energy you have been searching for has been waiting inside you all along, ready to be finally unlocked. Thank you for listening. I hope this gives you a new lens through which to see your fatigue and, more importantly, a clear path toward lasting vitality.